maybe, just maybe, these individuals right here should not be elementary school teachers. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a trans and non-binary couple who are also elementary school teachers that got caught up in a sting by local police out here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, my neck of the woods. After the sting, police found some drug paraphernalia and a pistol in their home. Now, there's a lot I want to get into, but first things first, let's go right back to the picture. Now, on the left, you have Ezra Fry, 22 years old. On the right, David Acevedo, 25. Ezra Fry is a non-binary person, and David is a transgender. Now, these are elementary school teachers. Yes, they are just substitutes, but it doesn't really matter because they could still have access to your children. If you're out here, Chattanooga, Hamilton County, they may be able to have access to your kids. And judging from what they got busted for, that's probably not a good idea. Now, Ezra over there on the left has already been in the local news because of this particular picture. Now, on the first day of school this year out there in East Ridge, which is, it's a city in this area, but it's basically Chattanooga, kind of a lower income area. Shout out to everybody out there in East Ridge. But you see what the caption says. This is a male substitute teacher at East Ridge Elementary today. Pray for this individual that they can find the help they need, but making the kids call you miss and letting this individual in their school to lead children is not acceptable, Hamilton County. Now, you see what's going on. You see the outfit. This is a dress, I suppose. We have this long pink hair and a boot. Like, not like a fashion boot, but some kind of medical device. Did you hurt yourself? How'd you do that? What happened? Don't know, but I digress. The point is that this is at an elementary school. Now, the person, Ezra, responded to the initial claims of him being transgender. He's like, oh, no, I'm not really transgender. I'm just non-binary. You guys got to get it right. My partner is a trans person, and we're going to get to what they got busted for by the police out here in Hamilton County. And judging by the looks of things and their age, you might be able to kind of tell what they did, but we're going to get into it in a minute. But I want to read some of the actual response here. All right. So it was shared on Instagram, Facebook, influencers were sharing it. But this person's response says, I'm a non-binary person and I keep my gender out of my job, they said in the phone interview on Thursday. Obviously, this whole thing has blown up because people think I am transgender. Well, that's a distinction without difference. Transgender, non-binary. At the end of the day, I mean, you are pretty much not any different than a trans person in the eyes of the regular, everyday normie, which is, in my humble opinion, the correct way to think. Let's keep on going. So Hamilton County Schools received several calls and emails in response to the photo. Spokesperson Steve Dorham said in the email on Monday, the district issued a statement Monday saying its schools should be as welcoming and inclusive spaces for all without distractions, meaning this person's appearance. This includes an expectation that adults who interact with our students present a professional appearance that does not cause distraction. Following this morning's situation, we have had conversations with our substitute vendor, Education and Staffing Solutions, to reiterate our expectations for the appearance of adults in our school going forward. Now, the person, the non-binary individual, Ezra, said he was not found to have violated any school or substitute agency's policies about appearance after a meeting with representatives from the district and the staffing agency. So, I mean, apparently there wasn't really an issue, but obviously there was an issue. Parents were concerned, and they are right to be concerned because let's get into the actual thing. All right. This is on New York Post. Substitute teacher couple busted for prostitution to make extra money or, quote, they'll starve, unquote, after cops pull off undercover operation. So these two individuals got caught in a sex trafficking sting. Both of them, the non-binary and the transgender. This is why I say the whole non-binary transgender is a distinction without difference. And the parents are right to be concerned, because if your teacher is getting involved with sex work, like some street stuff, drug use allegedly, and they found a pistol, a 22 revolver in the house, which may or may not be legal. They found all that, and this person has access to not only your children, but your small children in elementary school, but also special needs kids, the most vulnerable. So that's the problem. That is a big problem. Okay, let's keep on going here. And of course, there's an issue with children being harassed, children being assaulted by adults. So obviously, if you put somebody who has sex work as a profession and is transgender, non-binary, or whatever around children, that's going to be very high risk, obviously. So the parents are right to be concerned. Let's keep on going. So 2 Tennessee elementary substitute teachers, who were also a couple, were cited for prostitution after police completed an undercover operation, with one saying they did it for extra money for several years or they'd starve. Ezra Fry, 22, David Acevedo, 25, who both work in Hamilton County schools, were caught in August. Police began the undercover sting when one officer reached out to Fry on an illicit prostitution website. Now, I got to pause here for a minute. If they were caught in August, that's right around the same time when schools start. So my question is, when did they get caught versus when they were allowed to actually go and teach kids? That'd be my question. But let's keep on going. And I'm not quite sure when that picture was from. That might have been last year. We'll just keep on rocking here. Police began an undercover sting when one officer reached out to Fry on an illicit prostitution website, posing as a John, looking to set up a sexual encounter. Fry, who uses they, them pronouns, responded by saying it would cost $150 and sharing what they would and wouldn't do. During the exchange, Fry allegedly told the undercover cop they usually go to the client's house, but instead it was safer to do it at their home because their husband would be present, and it was a John's first time. This is pretty gross. Again, this is an elementary school teacher. Is that who you want around your children? And you got to ask yourself, is this kind of behavior happening across the country, across the nation? Okay, if you see an individual show up to your child's classroom looking like this, you might want to not have your kids there. All right, let's keep on going. I don't want to get into all the details, how they went to the bedroom or whatever. That's the person again, David Acevedo. Again, a 22-year-old non-binary person, that's going to be your child's teacher in elementary school. I think not. If I go to open house and I see that individual there, or if I go to pick up the youngins and I see that individual, we're not coming back. Homeschool is the way of the future at this particular point, because obviously there's been an infiltration in public K through 12 education. Now, let's check this out. Both parties advise officers that they are special education teachers at Woodmore Elementary and Calvin Donaldson Elementary. During an encounter with an officer, Fry stated, "I don't care. Everyone has seen my private parts." What does that mean? Who is everyone? What does that mean? Why would he say something like that? Can y'all figure that out for me? I'm having a hard time being able to put 2 and 2 together to get 4. Let's keep on going. Police also discover a large amount of drug paraphernalia and a 22 caliber rifle. I thought they had a pistol. It was a rifle. A 22 rifle after searching the home. Fry and Acevedo received several misdemeanor citations, including for unlawful drug paraphernalia, prostitution or promoting prostitution, and unlawful possession of a firearm. So now we got a gun charge, drug charge, and prostitution. I mean, these guys are straight criminals, ain't they? Fry, who was employed by Education Management and Staffing, a company that sends staff to school districts, has not worked in Hamilton County since August, a spokesperson for the school district told WTVC. Now, my question would be, was that when the picture came out, or what's going on? Because school starts in August. So if he hadn't worked since the prior school year, then it would have said prior to August. Maybe that's just what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. Let's keep on going. So Fry's Instagram lists him as a rabid queer, gender anarchist, college dropout, while Acevedo's account, which is private, lists him as a trans, disabled, queer, Puerto Rican ex-ed teacher. All right. So that's what's going on there. Now, this picture came from this year. I'm not quite exactly sure when that came out. It could have been in August, first day of school, whatever. Okay, this was in April. So this was before the school year started. But yeah, again, parents, don't be afraid to speak out. If you see someone like this at your school, beware, because they could be involved with what I outlined in today's video: prostitution, drugs, guns. And this person had been doing it, that kind of lifestyle, for years. Him and his partner, husband, whatever the case may be. But as I close, I want to say this. Parents, beware of who is teaching your children. Please be aware. And it may not always be so obvious. They may not always be obvious like that. That was a clear red flag. That was just a blinking red light. That was obvious. But sometimes they may appear to be normal. They may appear to be regular. I'm not sure how you're able to get into a school and be around children without some kind of detailed background check. Maybe they do a background check and they just missed what was going on with this individual. I mean, even during the interview process, you can't see this person in front of you. That person should not be in schools at all. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what's happening with K through 12 education? A lot of these individuals exist in schools all over the country, and it's not just in your big cities, New York, Los Angeles. It's not just there. You're talking about here, Chattanooga, Tennessee. I covered this story out there in Oklahoma City. The Wyoming kerfuffle with the sorority and the big 6'3", 200 and something pound male that identified as female to get into a female only space. This is happening all over the country, and I'm not quite sure what the solution is. Maybe legislation. We got to get lawmakers to get off their hind parts and pass some bills to outlaw this kind of behavior, because regardless of what someone may think about a trans person, non-binary person, this behavior of allowing these kind of individuals in schools is dangerous. It puts children directly in danger. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.